Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OwnerRez GetawayGoGo Partner Webinar. Today, we're going to be talking about Book Direct Last Minute Marketing, and we have Brad, CEO of GetawayGoGo, here to talk all about that. And we also have Ken Taylor, Director of Operations at OwnerRez, and he's going to help answer any and all questions about OwnerRez today. And myself, Paul Hall, I'm going to be pulling out the questions that you guys throw into the chat, which is on the right side of your screen, or there's an Ask a Question button on the bottom, and you can throw them in there. We're going to help answer any and all questions you guys have towards the end of the webinar. We'll be doing a presentation for about 20-25 minutes or so, and then we will dive into those. This is a recorded session, and you're going to get any links that we throw into the chat along with that replay link once the webinar has concluded. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Ken to talk a little bit about OwnerRez, and then we're going to pass it off to Brad.
Thank you, Paul. And we're very glad to be here with Bradley. We always love bringing on a new partner. The more availability that we have and the more availability you can put forward for your listings, the better off you can be. We never want to depend on just one source. So we've all heard about not putting your eggs in one basket. So getawayGoGo brings another basket that you can put a portion of eggs in to keep your house full and booked at all times. But in order to make that work without killing yourself with coordinating 75 different things, that is where OwnerRez comes into play. OwnerRez is the powerful, flexible way to manage vacation rental properties, letting the computer do the work by connecting to all the other different computers and the other listing channels and this, that, and the other thing that you need in order to run your business, so that the routine management, the routine data of information from here to there, sending routine messages and that sort of stuff can be done by a computer, because that's what computers are good at, handling routine things where it can be programmed and it knows what to do each and every time. That way you can concentrate your time on handling the out of the ordinary things, like when the toilet floods in the middle of the night. The computer can't help you with that. You can take care of that, but there's no reason for you to be having to punch the button every time to send this memo or that email or the other thing, or push a button to go collect the payment that's due. Let the computer take care of that. OwnerRez can take care of that. And when you have multiple listings on multiple channels, as with GetawayGoGo, OwnerRez can handle updating your changes. So if you repaint your property and you post new photos, you don't have to do that in 12 different places. You can just do that in OwnerRez, and it will update the listings that you have on all the various channels. So all your guests everywhere can know and see the most current information, the most current pictures, rates, descriptions, amenities, etc. You don't have to go nuts trying to keep everything coordinated. But if you want to know more information about that, we have regular demo webinars that you are welcome to attend. I don't want to take any more of Brad's time. We want to hear about GetawayGoGo today. So I will turn it over to him. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, really so grateful to be here today with OwnerRez. What a wonderful PMS channel. We've really enjoyed our integration process and the team there, and we think their product is fantastic. So anyway, super happy to be here and chat about some of the challenges you may be facing with marketing last minute openings and how GetawayGoGo can be a part of addressing these challenges. First, a little bit about me. I'm a licensed real estate broker in the state of California. My wife and I are vacation rental property investors in our hometown, San Clemente, also Maui and Newport Beach. I owned a technology company in Orange County for 10 years. I was the owner of Beachside Vacation Rentals, a property management company in Southern California for 12 years. I know exactly what all you are going through, and I'm the founder of GetawayGoGo. So quickly, what is last minute travel, and what are the last minute trends? Last minute, as defined by the travel industry, is when travel plans are made within 14 days of arrival. And here's what we know. 44% of leisure travelers in the US book in the last minute window. Last minute business travel currently in flux, but pre-COVID was over 56%. 53% of the people say they will travel because of a good deal. I also read a recent study where 49% of millennial travel is due to last minute choices, and that 69% of millennials surveyed actually regretted not taking a last minute trip. Additionally, over a 5-year period, Google search trends has seen a 519% increase in travel searches with the terms tonight or today in it. We also did a comprehensive study on last minute vacation rental bookings from hundreds of cities across the globe. And as you can see, last minute bookings occur everywhere. and travelers are looking for and booking last minute availability. But as you know, there are challenges to making those reservations happen. So what are some of the challenges? First is creating awareness of your last minute openings. Travelers typically navigate multiple OTAs, individual property manager sites, social channels, and specials emails because OTAs are not primarily designed for last minute marketing. Second, for property managers, marketing last minute openings, it's a coordinated team effort that includes those in charge of technology, marketing, revenue management, and reservations departments. And for many of you, that's you. All those are you. This can be time consuming and, as you know, expensive. Third is that OTAs are in the middle of the transaction, communication, and booking process, which can limit or constrain direct involvement and control over the reservation and the screening of a last minute traveler. As much as we would like travelers to book directly on our own websites, the statistics show that 64% of travelers typically book through OTAs. Fourth, OTA commission fees to property managers and traveler service fees create pricing barriers, reduces the ability to be competitive against individual property owners, and significantly increases the cost to travelers because of these fees. The fifth challenge is calculating the right rate at the right time and then making those discounts known to travelers. So let's say you've done your work with dynamic pricing. Your pricing is correct, but what are the OTAs doing to actually display that? So if the OTA does not have the ability to sort by price or display discounts, your discount, it makes searching exponentially longer for the traveler. But before I respond to the 5 challenges I just mentioned, I want to let you know about an article I wrote from what I learned as a property management company owner and marketer called 9 Strategies for Filling Your Last Minute Openings. And I'll provide a link to this article at the end of the webinar, and I think you'll find it very helpful. Because of these last minute challenges for the traveler and property manager, we created getawayGoGo to be an exclusively book direct, I'll explain more about that, last minute vacation rental marketplace with powerful ways to help travelers find the properties they're looking for quickly and cost effectively. getawayGoGo has the one place to look power of an OTA with the book direct characteristic of your own website. Here are some of the ways getawayGoGo addresses the challenges that we mentioned above. At the top of the homepage below the top banner, we display the newest and best deals from around the world. Many travelers don't know where they want to go and are looking for something to inspire them. Second, since 74% of last minute travel happens within driving distance, about 500 miles of where people live, we created a dedicated section on the homepage for locating nearby last minute deals, including this week, this weekend, and next week. Next, we incorporated tools to create a faster property search experience, including additional headline space for you for advertising your special, multiple search view options, discount percentage and amounts clearly displayed, sorting by nightly rate, total price where possible, save and hide properties, best deal, and multiple search views. Again, there's a detailed property information page and familiar reservation process as well. We also display the manager's own cancellation and refund policy. We don't have those policies. Those are your policies that we display. Also, unlike major OTAs, only your properties are listed on their property details page. You know, at the bottom of the listing, and sometimes when you see on the major OTAs, here's some other properties may be interested. The only properties that will be displayed there are yours. Next, we also have developed a powerful search and notification tool called GoGo Radar Deal Tracker to help travelers automate their search for current and future deals. Each deal tracker notifies the traveler as deals that match their criteria become active. We basically do the searching for them. getawayGoGo is also a direct marketplace, so all communication and bookings are directly with the traveler and you. Also, when a traveler makes a reservation on getawayGoGo, they're connected directly to your payment processor, so all payments and refunds are always under your control. When a logged in traveler clicks on the Contact Property Manager or reserve now buttons on the property details page, then all your company contact information is displayed for them. From here, they can connect with you directly or message you through the contact form. When a traveler makes a reservation on getawayGoGo, it's made directly through your payment processor through the PMS. So all payments and refunds are always under your control immediately. getawayGoGo never handles the reservation funds. In order to present the most competitive book direct pricing and to maximize value for the traveler and revenue for the property manager, there are no expensive annual subscriptions and no OTA commission fees for property managers. Most exciting for travelers, there are no price inflating service fees, so that even if the property is not discounted, not having to pay a service fee will encourage travelers to book directly with you on getawayGoGo. One of our connected partners, not too far from here on Avalon, I was comparing the price there from one of the major OTAs to getawayGoGo, and they didn't have a discount, but since the traveler fee was not there, they were literally saving $400 on that reservation by going through getawayGoGo. So how much does it cost to market last minute openings on getawayGoGo? We have a flat fee model. And first, when a traveler clicks contact property manager, this lead is just $7, but we only charge this the first time someone makes a connection for that deal during the 14-day period, which means any additional contacts made for the same deal are free. Whether it's 2 or 100 new connections, we only bill for the first one. Second is when a traveler makes a reserve now booking. This is just $10. Whether it's a $200 reservation or a $5,000 reservation, it's only $10. Property managers can easily and seamlessly connect with your properties in OwnerRez in their channel manager. All property information, pricing, calendar updates are updated exclusively in OwnerRez. No pricing is modified in getawayGoGo, and the pricing you enter, whether manually or automatically through your dynamic pricing software, is also reflected on getawayGoGo. To get started, first there's a connection process in OwnerRez, and then a sign up and setup process in getawayGoGo. And the whole process can be done on your own, or I can assist you through a Zoom call to make an appointment with me, and it should take between 15 and 20 minutes. We'll post the how to connect link in the comment section as well at the end of the webinar. So to summarize, what a property manager will receive when listing their properties with getawayGoGo: a last-minute focused marketplace, direct contact with member travelers, no subscription or commission for property manager, no OTA service fee or markups for the travelers, new and local deals browsing, multiple search view options, deal sorting, GoGo Radar deal tracker, flat rate $7 first contact and $10 bookings, and free and fast setup process. Is there any questions?
All righty. Well, thank you, Brad, for going over all of that. I see we do have a few questions. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comment section or the ask a question box, and we will help answer any and all of those. Before we get into that, though, let me go ahead and throw the link into the chat that Brad mentioned. There is the Connect Guide on the getawayGoGo website. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and throw the other link in as well to the article that he mentioned. Yeah. So now I'm going to start pulling out questions, and I'm just going to go top to bottom here. Is there a process or someone at getawayGoGo that can view my account there to make sure it has everything it needs since my API connection with OwnerRez and getawayGoGo? So I believe they could make a Zoom appointment with you, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Let me actually find my calendar, and then I'll post that. I'll post my Calendly link, and they can just make an appointment with me there.
Perfect. And then on screen, you'll also see his contact information. So Brad at getawaygogo.com. You could throw questions over there. And I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. So Brad at getawaygogo.com. You could throw questions over there. And I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next one here. We'd love to know more how those areas/listings are generated. Previous few slides. For instance, I've built in last-minute discounts built into owners, but not sure how getawayGoGo would highlight them. The listings are showing up, but curious about the add-on promotion or portion. So how does that work?
Can you post that one so I can see it?
Yeah, it should be towards the top. If you click the Ask a Question button at the bottom, you'll see all the ones that we're going
All right,
through.
great. Yeah. So as far as like the promotional price, which is probably what you're asking, so you're putting your last minute discounts, but in owner res. So how we calculate the discounts? Basically, we take the last 60 days of your pricing, and then we compare it to the price that you have within the 14-day window. So let's say the property was $500. Within the last 60 days, we take the highest price over the last 60 days for those exact dates people are looking for, and then we compare it to the new price, like I said, and so that would be a 50% discount, 50% discount from $400 to $200, and then a little discount tag shows up on the photo on the search results there and says 50% off.
All right, perfect. And then do you have that Zoom? The Calendly link?
Yes, let me get that.
All right. See, a few people are interested in having a discussion later.
Do you want me to put it into the into the chat?
Yeah, go ahead and throw it in the chat. And again, all these links, along with the replay link, will be sent to you in an email afterwards. So don't worry about trying to copy this down right now. You're going to have it later. All right. Let's see. What kind of marketing is being done to get the getawayGoGo name out there to help increase traffic to the listings?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we're beginning our campaign in October. So we've been out for like 5 months or so. And the other thing is that almost our full team is working on search engine optimization right now for the as well as we're working with a search marketing company as well. So you'll be seeing some advertising coming out, but especially the most powerful will really be our state, city, country pages that will be linked, and those are specifically landing pages for your area that we're going to be developing. So when people are searching for, let's say, Amelia Island or Houston or Los Angeles, then those specific city pages will be showing up, and then we'll be boosting those as well. And of course, we'll be doing our social marketing, etc. But all that begins in October.
All right, good to know. October. All right, the next question is, my getawayGoGo API is already connected, but I noticed there's no direct link to get into my dashboard/profile from within OwnRez. Will that be added? So, okay, I see Ken.
Yeah, I noticed that we've had that with some of the other connections that we have. I actually just sent that off to the engineers to see if that is something that we can add. And Brad, if you happen to know the answer to this, if the getawayGoGo property number that we have is predictably a part of the URL to browse that individual property. Just like with Verbo, it's verbo.com/ whatever the number is. If yours works the same way, then the answer is, yeah, we can do that. I guess we just didn't for some reason, and I'll try and get that on the list.
And yeah, they can actually see those if they log into their getawayGoGo account, and then they can go to their as property manager, and then they can go to let's see, GoGo Deals, I believe, and then they'll see my properties and can see all the properties under there. But as far as like in the owner res, that would certainly, I think that'd be cool.
All right. Well, I wrote the devs, so we'll see what comes of that.
Awesome.
All right, perfect. Let's see. So you only get charged when there's a booking.
So there's two fees. One is the contact property manager. So the first time, this is with a logged in traveler, not just anybody just browsing around. This is a person who said, yes, I want to travel using getawayGoGo. They've created a username, a traveler account, which is a username and password. And then when they click on, let's say they click on your property page, they see the contact property manager button, and they click on that because they want to ask a question. And so when the first person does that for that particular property and that opening, then it's $7 for the first time someone clicks on that. Or if they decide to make a reservation, it's $10. And then let's say somebody inquires about the property, but it wasn't a good fit. They had like 5 dogs and 12 children, and it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. So that wasn't a good fit. So now the next person decides to make a reservation. And so we don't charge $7 plus 10. We just charge an additional $3 because you basically have a credit of $7 from that inquiry, and you're never going to pay more than $10. Hopefully that answers the question.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. If connected by API, will messages come through into OwnerRez through inquiries or inbox, or do I have to check my messages from getawayGoGo dashboard?
It definitely goes into your OwnerRez inquiries inbox, or into your, if it's a reservation, probably into, wherever it lands in OwnerRez for that. But you don't have to check your getawayGoGo dashboard. That's one thing that we wanted to do with our integration. Myself being a property manager and running a team of reservationists here, was that I didn't want my team jumping back and forth to different applications. I wanted it to go all into my PMS. And so that's how we designed it as well, so that it's all in OwnerRez. I like to say that other than, having to change your credit card out for paying us for the reservations, you'll hopefully never have to go, once you've set it up, you never have to go into getawayGoGo again.
All right, good stuff. Let's see, if I'm looking to test the discount, how can I view it in getawayGoGo? I want to view it via test because if it's live, I don't want people to book the test price.
Yeah, so again, we reflect whatever pricing you have. So whatever pricing was in the past compared to whatever your new pricing is. So, there's not really a way to test it. It's really just it's a live comparison of what your old price was and your new price was. So you can probably just, take a look at that through in your OwnerRez manually, or you're doing it or you're doing it through your dynamic pricing engine. But I think I understand your question. You don't exactly know what the percentage is going to be because what the discount's going to be, because you're not maybe exactly sure what your highest price was over the last 60 days. I understand that, and that's actually a really good point, and I'll make a note of that.
All right. Let's see. To clarify my question earlier, I was asking how properties get featured in the area that says new last-minute deals, and also how we get a banner across the listing, and how does that work when our last-minute discounts are built into OwnerRez automatically? Okay,
so as far as like the new last-minute deals, that's just done automatically based off of when the deal goes live. So like you'll notice if you jump into getawayGoGo that there'll be it'll say 3 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour or whatever it is at the top of each of the listings there, and it's just done automatically through our automatic timer, what kind of computer programmers call a cron, and we're constantly checking for new deals that are happening, and so it just happens as the new deals happen.
All right. Let's see. I'm API connected to getawayGoGo. I put a 15% discount off published. Is there a deeper discount given by getawayGoGo in addition?
No, we don't require you to sign up for a discount. Your discounting is, and there's no discounting. There's not the ability to make an additional discount in getawayGoGo. Again, what we want to do is just have you do everything in your PMS and not have another channel to manage. So whatever discounts you're giving, through your dynamic pricing engine or doing manually is just going to show up in getawayGoGo, but we don't require it. There's no place to do it. So I would say to be consistent across all of your channels, then you're going to want to give that particular discount. And then the one thing that is going to be nice about your pricing on getawayGoGo is that if you're grossing up, say 3%, 10%, 20%, whatever it is, because of the other channels that are out there, that's not going to apply to getawayGoGo because we don't charge a commission. And I think specifically, there may be a place for you to add those for specific channels. Is that right, guys?
Yeah, so you can set up discounts inside OwnerRez and you can apply them to only the channels that you want them applied to. So if you only wanted to apply a discount to getawayGoGo, it's totally possible. If you want to do it just to Verbo, totally possible. All the different channels, you can be really, you get really creative with all the the criteria for those discounts as well. So just take a look inside OwnerRez.
Okay, that's awesome. So I wasn't aware of that. So you can actually add an additional discount to getawayGoGo if you wanted to. Is that correct?
Right. So when you go to create a discount, there's a option where you could say what channel does this apply to, and then you can just select, one or all or whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Is there a particular market that getawayGoGo provides more exposure? I just checked my market, Key Largo, Florida, and I could not see any properties. Is that because no one has signed up in this area? Thank you.
Yes, that's exactly right. So yeah, I mean, we're super new and very, very new. And like I said, over the last 5 months, and our OwnerRez connection is actually only within the last month and a half or so. 2 months. Yeah. And so we're onboarding properties every single day, or property managers every single day who are entering their properties. So, I mean, we're in multiple countries right now, but I think because of our pricing model and our unique last minute model, we will be everywhere soon. It's just a matter of getting the word out and making the connections. And we're right at the beginning of that. So all of you are just looking at the beginning of, I think, something very big.
All right, awesome. So I would probably sign up and just be the only one in that market if I were you.
Yeah, you can. I have a property manager in Maine who was super excited that they were the first to do that. And then there was some other property managers who've been telling other people in the area because they have an association in the area about getawayGoGo. So I know I have a whole bunch of properties in that area as well, or getawayGoGo does. Yeah.
Nice.
Something else I want to mention here.
Yeah.
One of the functions that OwnerRez offers in the API connections is they all have a rate adjustment. So you can make an adjustment of a percentage. You can raise it or you can lower it just by a flat percentage for a particular channel. So in the specific case of getawayGoGo, since it is designed specifically for last minute bookings, I mean, of course, you could create a length of stay discount or a last minute discount, but since it's for last minute anyways, you could just do a rate adjustment and say, anything booked by getawayGoGo is, 10% cheaper or what have you. So that would probably be the very easiest way of doing it. No muss, no fuss, just do it right there. So just another option that I wanted to throw out there.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. So if anybody has any more questions, throw them in now. We just went through all the questions. Really, really great. Probably both sides are probably going to take some of this information back and see if our devs can implement some things.
I actually just heard back from the devs, and the answer is basically yes. I think we'll have a little conversation with you. It sounds like it works from your end, so we just have a little bit more of understanding the format from you for the URL, and we can get that done.
By the way, just before this call, we were chatting, and the OwnerRez team and myself, we were chatting about BRMA, which is in Las Vegas this year.
Yeah.
And just kind of doing a free plug for that. But that when we were property managers for 10 years, then we learned an unbelievable amount. I mean, we were small when we started, and larger when we sold our company, and we learned a tremendous amount. I mean, and just there's two aspects of it. One is the seminars done by people who've been in the business 20, 30, 40 years with 1,000 properties, and we learned an unbelievable amount from that. Super helpful. And then the other is the vendors. I mean, just looking and seeing all the different dynamic pricing and the channels that are out there, all kinds of services for linens and that sort of thing. I mean, it's so incredibly helpful. If you haven't been to a show, definitely highly recommend you go to one. And VRMA is probably the largest one in the United States that's coming up. I mean, wouldn't you say, guys, it's just incredibly helpful for a property?
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest event of the year, the VRMA International. This is in Las Vegas, Nevada, and it's October 23rd through the 26th. We'll be there with a big 20-foot booth. Typically, it's just Glenn Ruggiero and myself, Glenn from the engagement team. But this time, it's going to be myself, Glenn, Ken, CEO Paul, and CTO Chris. So it'll be really great. If you want to come out, meet us. We'll be giving out free tumblers. And Brad, you'll be there too, right? You'll be, yeah.
We have a 20-foot booth, and myself and my sales team will be there. And we've got these great getawayGoGo luggage tags that we're going to be giving out. They're super cool, and some other things. So it'll be awesome. It'll be great.
Yeah, and I threw a link to our events page, which has information about this event. You can click the link to register if you'd like. And again, that's October 23rd through 26th. Highly recommend it. Let me check the questions here. Let's see. I see one that says, on the average, how many people contact owner or PMS and actually book?
Yeah, that's a great question. And one of the things I want to that I wanted to point out, and I was going to point out earlier, but I forgot, is that when a property manager is actually going through the setup process, you have a choice to be able to show the two different buttons, whether it's a reserve now or a contact property manager. We recommend both because people have questions. But you can just do, like some of our European partners, they like the reserve now or international. They like the reserve now only. They don't want to chat with people and pay for it, I guess. But you can make that choice, and you can actually do contact property manager only as well. We have some people that, hey, I don't want people making a reservation without me having a conversation with them first. And so you can choose either one of those buttons or both, but you have to choose one. But to answer the question is that we're actually building the metrics for that. So the tools and the metrics for analyzing that, I will have a better answer to your question several months, a couple months from now, Juan. But that's a great question. I'm looking forward to finding that out as well myself, but we're building that right now.
All right. Perfect. Let's see. Could OwnerRez team live show how the contact owner message would come into OwnerRez from getawayGoGo, or would the account just get an email? So once you're connected, it's going to come in as an inquiry, and then from there you can accept the inquiry. It's just like any inquiry you get today. It's very much the same. It's not like how Airbnb, when somebody books there, it creates a booking inside the system, because it's not like they're booking through getawayGoGo. They're booking through you direct. It's like a direct booking. And then the $7 or $10 that you would pay to them, that's a totally separate thing that you would have to basically give a credit card to them, and then they'll take that out after the fact. So for that, I wouldn't really be able to show that live, but it comes in as a normal inquiry. So if you've gotten one of those in the past, that's what it looks like. And
yeah, the only difference is it would be identified as coming from getawayGoGo, but other than that, you just handle it as if it came from your own website.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things, having been a property manager, and one of the things I really wanted to do in building getawayGoGo was make this a book direct experience. Again, it's like the power of an OTA, but the but we're a marketplace. And but with the characteristics of your own website, of the book direct aspect of the website, which is super, super powerful. And that was one thing that was a non-negotiable for me, was I wanted to make sure that we were going direct together. That was kind of like one of the phrases I thought of. It's like, hey, we're going direct together. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We actually spoke, the first time was at the last VRMA International Conference last year. We saw Brad there and we talked, and that's why it's so exciting that now, before the next VRMA, we're live with them and anybody can sign up and get started. We put the link for the integration guide, really straightforward, really simple, and there's really no downside because you're not paying a subscription or anything. It's just if you were to get a booking or the $7 part that would happen before that, that's it. So
yeah, that's a good point. It's free to sign up, free to display your properties, and you just pay for those inquiries and the bookings. And by the way, I don't know about you, but when we were property managers, we had, whenever we got leads and reservations from the OTAs, that was gold. We paid for that, right, for the first time, and we continually marketed to those people, whether it was on social media, emails, newsletters, specials that were happening. We utilized those because we had tens and tens of thousands of reservations, and so we built our email list based on that. And I encourage you, every lead that you get from getawayGoGo, put into your email, whether it's MailChimp or whatever, and you paid for it, you should continue to market to them.
yeah.
OwnerRes will automatically add them to your CRM. So if you are exporting that to MailChimp, then you don't have to do anything extra. It'll automatically be in that Excel file. So it's in your OwnerRes database without any additional work. I have another question, actually, that has come through online through another channel, and that is, do the getawayGoGo channel fees appear automatically in OwnerRes?
Question.
For our property managers, they're wondering about that because depending on their contract, are the channel fees, if they pay them versus if their owner pays them or whatever, it's useful if OwnerRes knows what they are.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Okay, you have your fee, the $10 fee that you mentioned earlier.
Right.
Does that get automatically transmitted into OwnerRes, so OwnerRes has that there associated with the booking and can be managed using our PM functions as to, is that an expense to the owner? Is that a charge reimbursable to the PM, or whatever? We have various tools for that. Like, for instance, with the Vrbo fees or the Airbnb fees can be handled that way. Are your fees using that same system?
Not that I know of, but I don't think we have a connection that way. However, whenever you receive an invoice, by the way, the next month or maybe even two, your any connections and direct bookings or reserve now bookings are going to be free to all the OwnerRes property managers. Just want to let you know that. And when we are sending out the billing for that will go to your accounting billing email. So within the setup process, we'll have a public email address, and then we'll also have a accounting email address. And then when we bill at the end of each week, then we send that off, and then that will let you know which reservation or which property it's connected to. But that's certainly something maybe we can talk about, especially if I understand what your question is that if you want to pass that cost on, because maybe you're used to passing some of the costs on, whatever those fees are onto the owner, then you're going to want to know that separately. So that's probably something, I can talk with the OwnerRes team on kind of how they're handling that. But right now it will go to your accounting email address with the property and the property ID, and then you probably give it to your accounting team, and then they can divide that out. But it's certainly something we can talk about.
All right, perfect. Well, that might be something while we
about that too. So we'll have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we're already going to have the hood open, if you will, when we look into the links, putting that in the API. So maybe that'll be something we can add as well.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't see any more questions. If you have any more, throw them in now. But before we end this, I just want to show you all the available resources that OwnerRez provides. We have a huge support doc center. We have our own support doc that shows how to integrate getawayGoGo, but you can also take a look at theirs. We also have a bunch of support videos that'll help you get started with OwnerRez. And then we have a forum section where you can see how other people are handling certain situations. And then we also have our blog. That's where you're going to see any product updates, any upcoming events we're going to be going to, and pretty much anything and everything that we think you should know. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. All right. Well, I think that will do it for this webinar. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. Again, you're going to get an email shortly after this with the replay link and all the links that we threw in the chat. Thank you, Brad, for coming today and providing all this great information, and Ken for helping answer questions. And we will see you on the next webinar and hopefully at VRMA this October.
Yes, that'd be great. Look forward to seeing everyone there.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right.